WikiLeaks invited us to have access to the logs. This was very important to us because we wanted to know whether there was stuff in that we could incorporate into our database. So we decided to fly one of our analysts across from the US, Josh Doherty, and Josh worked for 6 or 7 weeks solidly on delving into these logs and finding out what was in them. The project is not different in principle or activity to many of the activities that we've done before, but the scale of the activity is enormously greater. This is the largest release of detailed information about civilian deaths in Iraq that's come at one point, and we've only looked at something like 1/500th of the logs so far. We checked every log we looked at against the information that we've already got in the database from media-reported and NGO-reported deaths to see whether the details matched or didn't match. And when they didn't match, it meant that was new information for us to add into our database. The main finding is that there is a huge wealth of detail about deaths that was not known before, including information about 15,000 deaths which were not previously in the public domain, so they will eventually be added to our database. When we started the work, we just didn't know what was going to be in these logs, anything new for us. So in that sense, it has been hugely worthwhile doing, because there is an enormous amount of information, not only about the number of people killed, but personal details, age, gender, occupation, and in many thousands of cases, new names of victims that weren't known before. A really big challenge has been to decide what we can do in the limited time that was available to us and make some hard decisions about what to look at and what not to look at. But with expert advice, particularly on statistical sampling methods, we believe we produced the most robust story that was possible in the time available. The only reason that we accepted to start looking at these logs in advance of release was to be able to say something sensible on release, but the majority of the work that we have to do is still ahead of us, which is the complete examination and incorporation of all of these logs into the public record. It's certainly going to take many months, it could take years, it really depends how many people we can resource to work on it.